guys, welcome back. Today I'm doing a chatty get ready with me, and I'm sharing with you guys, like, I'm using all those new hard candy products that I talked about in my haul the other day. So if you would like to see some of those products in action and see my initial thoughts on them, just keep on watching and I'm gonna go ahead and get into this chatty get ready with me. I'm just gonna go ahead and use the Hard Candy Shear Hydrating Primer 12-hour moisture. And this is supposed to have like coconut water. Just dropped my lid, which I'm not gonna get my lid, it fell way back there. So, but yeah, this is like a gel. Yeah, this is different than any primer that I have. It kind of reminds me of the Maybelline Baby Skin, but like moisturizing. It doesn't feel quite like a silicone-based primer like it kind of does, but I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. But it does feel really moisturizing on the skin. I'm just gonna clip my hair back because I feel like that would be easier than tucking it. And I did play around with some of it last night whenever I got home from Walmart. So, but yeah, this feels really nice. It doesn't really have a smell, like it doesn't have a coconut smell or anything. Even though it is a gel, it kind of feels more of like, kind of like a heavier gel. Like it doesn't just completely settle into the skin. Like it does give your skin that slip. So I don't know if because of that, if I should try to use this other primer, because I kind of thought that this was gonna be one of those primers that just seeps into the skin, like once you get it on, just like kind of one of those lotion-y type of primers. But this is, it's definitely very slippery and it almost has like a greasy feel to it. It's kind of weird. So I don't know how that's gonna work. I'm gonna wipe my hands off. I don't know if that's because of the coconut, but it doesn't say coconut oil, it says coconut water. So I don't know, but it does have that oily kind of feel to it. But yeah, I feel like this hydrating primer, at least so far, would probably be really good for people that's got super dry skin and has dry patches, because it's, you know, very moisturizing. Okay, so that's what this looks like. It's so cute. I love the packaging on this. Hard Candy Shear Envy Stick It to Pores Mattifying Pore Primer Stick. I've actually never used one of these pore primer stick things before. Whoops. I'm just gonna put it kind of here. This is the center of my face is where my pores are larger, and especially like right around in here. This is nice that it's in a stick form because it's easier to just like put on those areas where your pores are larger, and you don't have to press it in with your hands because this kind of presses it in. So that's nice. It doesn't have any scent to it. I don't smell any scent. But yeah, I love the packaging on this. It's so cute. I thought about getting the coconut water one, but since I had already picked this up, I didn't want to get the other thing. I really want to get that lid. It fell way back there. Let me get it real quick because I feel like that's going to leak out if I don't. I just went ahead and clipped the other side of my hair back while I was getting this lid. All right, so far I really liked those products. And I think from a foundation today, I mean, I didn't get a new foundation, so I'm just gonna go in with this L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Glow. I've really been enjoying this foundation again, so I'm just gonna use this. And I'll probably just kind of speed through this part since this isn't anything to do with the new products I got. And I'm just using my Peak Cosmetics sponge to blend this foundation in. I just love the finish of this foundation. It's so pretty. I did kind of feel like this primer did soak in a little more before I put this foundation on, so I'll definitely have to keep you guys posted on all these primers and how I like them. For my concealer, I'm gonna go in with a mix of these two, the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow and the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin. So I'm just going in with the Maybelline one first. Just putting a few dots underneath my eyes. And then I was going in with the L'Oreal Infallible. Okay, and then I'm just gonna blend that out. Fox in a Box blushes, and this one is in Party Girl. And I heard Leslie, Lip Gloss Leslie, she mentioned this in her Friday favorites, and she said that she kind of used it as sort of like a bronzer slash blush type of thing. That she said you could use it as that. Just try to get this. It's got like a little plastic thing over top of the blush. There we go. And she said it did smell like chocolate, and it does. And I can see what she was saying. She said it smelled kind of like cocoa powder chocolate, not like the chocolate bar palettes from Too Faced. And I can totally see that. And it also has a little brush up here. I'm just gonna take that off. I'll probably never use that, so I'm just gonna throw that away. I think I'm gonna go in with this little brush. This is my Morphe M437. And I'm just gonna put it in the places where I would normally bronze. Okay, yeah, I can see. It's kind of like a pinky brownish color. I can see what she was saying, how you could use it as a bronzer. It's definitely not orange. It's more of like a pinky bronze. Almost like a bronze type of mauve color. It is really pretty though. So it is a baked product, which is nice. I love the hard candy. I love their baked products. I just think they're so nice. This part might be hard, and this is the only reason why I don't like these box type of products, because it's hard to get larger brushes in there. So I'm gonna use my Real Techniques powder brush. Well, I don't know, it fit in there pretty much all right. And then dab some of it off. I'm just gonna bronze around my hairline. Whoops. But yeah, like these Fox in a Box blushes are different than the ones they used to have, because I'm pretty sure the ones they used to have weren't baked. I mean, I never had any of their other Fox in a Box blushes that they used to have in their collection. But I'm almost like 90% sure they weren't baked and they were just like, you know, powdered, like pressed powdered blushes. Or pressed powder blushes. I'm gonna go ahead and use this other Fox in a Box blush, and this is in Girl Next Door, and it is such a pretty pink. And I love the colors on this too. I love like turquoise and pink together. I think it's pretty. And then I'm gonna go in with my Morphe R10 brush. Yeah, I'm trying to dab some of it off so I don't put it down too strong. This one is supposed to smell like strawberries. You can smell it a little bit. It's not too strong. I do really like that blush color though. It stays shut pretty good. I don't think it's magnetized. Oh, actually it is. It is magnetized. So that's good. So that's what the blush looks like. Might turn my lights down just a little. So hopefully you can see it there. Okay, the next things that I was super duper excited about were these highlighter palettes. These are the Hard Candy Just Glow Baked Highlighting Trio. And I got the one in Meet Me in Tahiti, which is the more golden bronzy ones. And then this other one, the one with like the white, silver, kind of iridescent type ones, this one is a touch of moonlight. So, and I was actually kind of impressed with the little brush that came in this. It's actually decent for like a highlighting type of brush. So, these are just so pretty. I want to go in with one that I didn't try to use yesterday. I think I'm going to go in with this first one here. It kind of has like a bluish green duochrome to it, and this one here on the end almost has like a pinky bluish purple kind of duochrome. So let's see what this looks like. I'm going to try to use the brush that came with it. Whoa. I think I put it up too high. Okay, so yeah, you can definitely see like those green undertones in it. But yeah, that is pretty. This one doesn't have any like chunky shimmers in it. It's just, you know, just a nice shimmery highlight. Okay, I'm gonna go in with one of my Morphe brushes. This is the M530, and I'm gonna use this one on the other side, the silver, which this one does kind of have some little like sparkles kind of in it. Let me go ahead and I'm just gonna apply this one to this side. It is pretty. I don't really see, I feel like it's almost like so silver that I don't know if it's like a stripe of silver, you know what I'm saying? The way that I just applied it. Let me get a mirror so I can see it from the side. I got like so many new highlights. I want to try them all out. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty. I don't know how I feel about it on myself. I liked it yesterday when I put it on, but I feel like I need to blend it more. It's like so hard for me to like branch out and try these new colored highlights. I feel like it might be too strong of a silver on me. I mean, it's pretty, as you can see, but I don't know. It's gonna take some playing around to get used to things. And now I've got like two different highlights on each side of my face, but we're just gonna roll with it. I also picked up the Wet n Wild, this Mega Glow highlighting powder in Blossom Glow, which I have been debating forever about this, but I did pick this up. I wanna try this too. There's so many highlights, and I wanna try some of the ones in this one. Maybe it'll make these silvers a little more wearable if I put the gold on top. I want to be super shimmery today. I'm just going to go in with this middle gold and the little brush that came with this little highlighting palette. Actually, I do feel like that kind of made it a little more wearable. Yeah, I actually like the gold on top of that better. It kind of like helps it look more wearable. So yeah, I think I'm gonna really enjoy this gold. I was hoping that it would be somewhat of a dupe to Tiki, which was like their other baked bronzer that I loved. But I did swatch them, and this one is a little lighter, surprisingly, than that one, which I didn't think was gonna be the case. So this Milani Radiant Setting Powder, this is, yeah, Make It Last Setting Powder Radiant. So I did kind of experiment with this last night, and it is a very like shimmery sort of powder. So I don't know if I'll be able to use this as a setting powder, if it's gonna be like too glittery. Oops, sorry about that. Too glittery all over the face, but it was a gorgeous highlight, so gorgeous. I know this isn't hard candy, but like I told you guys in the beginning of the video, I did want to use some of these other products that I picked up. So yeah, I'm gonna be like super glowy today. I'm just gonna use this to kind of set my foundation, which I feel like in normal lighting, you wouldn't be able to see the little like shimmers, sparkly things in this Milani setting powder. But probably if you were outside in daylight and somebody got up really close to your face, it probably would look, you could probably see them a little better. But yeah, when you get up close in this mirror, I don't see them as much as I thought I would. But yeah, I've been looking to find a really good like setting powder that is radiant, because that is so hard to find. Initially, setting it on top of this foundation, it looks really pretty. So, but I don't know, like this powder might be better on like a foundation that's more matte, like my Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation, or like the Revlon Color Stay, because like this foundation is already pretty dewy, so I don't know if that's going to be like super glowy and make you look, you know, kind of greasy by the end of the day. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and fill my brows in, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna use the eyeshadow palettes, which I'm most curious about. So yeah, let me go ahead and do that and I will be right back. And I'll put down in the description box what I used on my eyebrows, but it's just like my brow routine that I've been doing lately, which I have kind of showed you guys that in my other Get Ready With Me's, my other Chatty Get Ready With Me's. Okay, so this first one, which is the, what is this one? The Rose Gold something. Does it even have it on the back? I don't think that this has the actual name of the eyeshadow palette on the back, but I'm pretty sure this was Rose Gold something or other. This is the one that has like the reds and pinky and kind of bronzy colors, and it's got like shimmers and this last little row is mattes. And then this is the other one. This is the matte eyeshadow palette. Yeah, because this one says Look Pro Matte Eyeshadow Pro Palette, and this one says Look Pro Eyeshadow Pro Palette. That's all it says. So yeah, I was mostly interested in this one, and then I saw this, and I hadn't seen anybody like mention this one. So I don't know, it might not be that good. It might be really powdery, but the look of it, like the way that the colors look, I mean, obviously it's gonna be nothing like that palette, but it kind of reminds me of the Viseart palette, like the colors, but these eyeshadows are not gonna come anywhere close to that, I'm sure. Let me go ahead and open this because I hadn't even opened these palettes last night. Like I hadn't swatched them or anything. Well, actually, you know what? I think I opened the Rose Gold palette and kind of swatched it. But this other matte palette, I didn't swatch or anything. And I'm just going to go in with my Morphe 433. So I'm just going in with that shade. Okay. Actually, I don't know. That's not horrible. Let me zoom in. So, I mean, initially, like, blending that into my crease, it doesn't seem horrible. And honestly, when I put my brush in the palette, it doesn't have, like, a ton of kick up. So it's not as, like, powdery as I thought it was gonna be. And I do like this color. It is more, like, of a cool mid-toned brown. Huh. I'm actually not disappointed in this so far. And let's just see how the little brush works that came with this palette. I'm gonna go in with this color down here. We're gonna use that. I did tap it off. Okay, yeah, this color isn't as good as that first color. Like initially, it's not super dark. This brush isn't horrible though for like an outer V blending brush. I might be getting just a little fallout, but I've been tapping my brush off. Now I just switched over to my Morphe E36 because I want something more precise. Just kind of patting it on my lid. Now with this darker one, I am getting some kick up in this palette. Okay, I am getting some fallout. I don't know if you can see it there. I mean, it's not like the worst fallout ever, but it is some fallout. Okay, I'm gonna blend, make sure I tap my brush off. I'm gonna blend some of that shade out here on this eye. Actually, I'm gonna go in with that blending brush that came with this palette just because I use that on this other eye and I wanna make them look the same. I mean, but yeah, definitely this little blending brush is not horrible. Most of the times when they put those little brushes in these drugstore palettes, they're just practically useless. But this one isn't too bad. I'm just taking some of that, smudging it down here. I mean, it's not like a hat-in palette, don't get me wrong, but I feel like for the drugstore in hard candy, this is definitely more than I expected, because I have used like hard candy eyeshadows before, like the ones that are in like those long skinny palettes that are kind of like reminiscent of like the Urban Decay Naked palettes. I have tried to use those before and those were horrible, but this isn't that bad. I'm gonna go in with this warmer transition color, and I'm gonna put that at the top of the crease. Whoops, I probably got that up a little too high on that one side. Let's kind of blend that out. I'm gonna go with the shader brush and that dark brown, the little shader side to the brush that came with this little palette, and just try to use that and see how that works. Yeah, I mean, that's not horrible either. So yeah, I feel like maybe if you didn't have very many brushes, this might be all right. I feel like maybe it's a little hard to blend the colors on the lid. I feel like it's not, okay. This shader brush seems to be working better. So maybe that shader brush really isn't that great. But the blending brush wasn't too bad. Yeah, this brush really picks up the product a lot better. This is my Sigma E55, I think, or 65. I don't know. I can't even read it anymore. Like the numbers has worn off. But yeah, I don't know if you can see on this side, but there is fallout with that palette. But for me, sometimes fallout doesn't really bother me that much because I can just put, you know, my eyeshadow on before I do my foundation. If I know that a palette's gonna have fallout, and you know, that doesn't bother me as long as the eyeshadows last and they blend and everything. Especially for drugstore, I'm okay with that. I'm just gonna try to blend that out. I think I might have gotten the colors up too high on my eyelid today. Got super excited. So I'm just grabbing that black shade out of the rose gold palette. I hope that's what it's called because I keep calling it that, and that if that's not its name, I'm sorry. And I'm just blending that in the outer V. Yeah, this isn't like super black. It's kind of like an off black. Yeah, yeah, that color is messy. Kind of messed up my eyeshadow right there. Okay, so the darker shades you definitely need to be careful with. Ugh, I feel like I've totally messed up my under eye concealer now. I'm just kind of trying to clean it up with a little Q-tip. Okay, I'm gonna try to sort of blend this out before I clean up because I don't want to smudge black everywhere. Okay, yeah, so I would say just be careful with like the black shades, the really dark ones. I'm gonna try to fix that out here, which I'm just gonna go in with this brush and okay. Now I've got to try to mimic that on the other eye. But yeah, that black definitely's got some fallout. For sure. I'm gonna have to try to be a little bit more careful over here. I feel like this side isn't doing it as bad. I probably just didn't tap my brush off very good, or I just wasn't being very careful on that side. I mean, that's the thing with like these drugstore palettes like this, like you can make them work, but you just have to be a little more like cautious and careful about things. I'm just going back in with that warm mid-tone brown from the matte palette, and I'm just blending that. I mean, I do feel like the colors blend okay together. Like, I don't feel like it's getting muddy on me. I'm gonna grab some of this color over here and this e.l.f. eye definer brush. And I'm gonna use this as a brow bone highlight. I feel like that shade is very much my skin tone, so I don't feel like it's showing up a whole lot. Either that or maybe it doesn't have a lot of color. Can't really tell. I just need to kind of tone down those other colors. Okay, now let's try one of these like shimmery type of colors on the lid. I'm debating on what color I should use. Like I think that color might be kind of pretty. It's like a silver kind of color, and it's different than what I would normally do. And I'm gonna get some of that color on this, which this definitely looks like it has a lot of fallout. Seems like it could be chunky. Yeah, it is chunky. It does have fallout. This is definitely one of those shades that you need to spray your brush with MAC Fix Plus before you use it. So I'm just gonna do that because I don't want a bunch of more fallout on my face. Here it is. So I just, you know, got some more of that shadow on the brush, and now I'm just gonna spray it with MAC Fix Plus. And then I'm just gonna pat that on the lid. I mean, with MAC Fix Plus with it, or you know, like a makeup setting spray, it seems fine. Like I'm not getting fallout once I do that, but beforehand, it's definitely not one of those. It's definitely not one of those colors you could use just by itself, or it's gonna be super chunky. Whoops. So I'm trying to brush some of this fallout off from where I try to use it by itself. I mean, I do like that color though. It is pretty. I think it's doable, this palette. I just misted my brush with MAC Fix Plus. I'm just gonna go back with some more of this color on the shader brush, and I'm just gonna kind of blend. Just gonna blend out here. Okay, so my memory card filled up, so I had to put a new one in, but I just went back in with a little bit more of this color and just kind of blended where that silvery, like that gunmetal color, you know, met with it or whatever. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and do my liner and my liquid liner and my mascara. For my liquid liner, I'm just going in with my Tarte's Double Take liner, the liquid liner side. And then I'm just taking the pencil liner side and I'm just kind of smudging that on my lower lash line. And I'm just going to smudge that into my lashes. And I'm just going to go in with the CoverGirl, the Supersizer Mascara. And I'm just going to do several coats of this, and then I'll come back and we'll finish out the rest of the face, which I guess the last thing that I have is the lips. And I do have a couple of new hard candy lip products, so I'll show you those after I get my mascara on and come back. Yesterday I did put these on my lips whenever I got home just to kind of see what they were like. And I was kind of surprised by this stuff. It was nothing like I thought it was going to be. This is the Hard Candy Cashmere Silk Demi Matte Cream Lip Color. And I expected it to be kind of like those NYX like cream matte, like liquid. They're not liquid lipsticks because they don't dry down, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Like I expected this to be like a matte, like a semi-matte kind of lipstick cream type of stuff. And it's like a gloss, honestly. It's not like a lip cream, how I would picture it. I'm just gonna first line my lips with my Rimmel Exaggerate Lip Liner in Epic. Smush my lips a little bit together to blend that out. And I mean, this lip color does look okay on its own. I feel like if you were darker skin tone, it could kind of look sort of concealer lips, but I just like lighter lip colors with like a little darker lip liner on. And the color that I picked up in this is Creme Brulee, which it is a really pretty color. I guess it wouldn't look concealer lips, but if you were really tan, it might. But it's different than like a matte lip cream. I know it probably looks like a matte lip cream on the camera, because I feel like when I'm looking at it in the mirror, it looks more like a matte lip cream than it did last night when I put it on. But it's definitely more of like a gloss feel. It definitely feels more like a gloss, and it does last for a while though. When I had it on my lips last night, it lasted for a good time for it being more like a gloss type of product. Like, let me swatch it here on the back of my hand so you can see what I'm talking about, how it's like more of a gloss than it is like a lip cream. Do you see what I'm saying? Kind of has that glossy look to it, where lip creams, they're not glossy like that. Which I'm totally okay with it having this sort of formula, because sometimes with those matte lip creams, they can, I don't know, it's like sometimes they slide off your lips. They don't hold onto your lips really well, where this does. It's not sticky, but it's not gonna like slide around. It kind of reminds me of like my Sexy Mother Pucker from Soap and Glory, except for it has more coverage. Like the formula of it on my lips, like the way that it feels like that. I mean, it's definitely a different color than the Soap and Glory. And you can definitely tell that the Soap and Glory is like way more sheer. Or it's even kind of has the consistency of like this Revlon Kiss Plumping Lip Cream. It's kind of like that, honestly, too. Except for this doesn't have like a tingle. It's not like a plumping product. And I was shocked about this color, because whenever I looked at the display of all the different colors of these Cashmere Silk Demi Matte Cream Lip products, I didn't like a lot of the colors, because a lot of them kind of pulled, they look like they pulled kind of orangey, and those type of lip colors don't look good on me. But this was the only one that didn't seem super orangey, which on the lips it's not. It's kind of peachy, but it doesn't look orange, and it is a really pretty color. I do like this color a lot. And then this was like the other lip product that I picked up from Hard Candy, and this is the Plumping Serum, which I'll swatch this. This is more of a mauve pink color. So that's this one here. So you can see compared to that, it's more mauvey, which yesterday I did kind of top it on top of this, which this product is actually pretty sheer. It looks okay over like lip liners, but by itself it is a very sheer product. I'll have to use this a little more to see how it wears and stuff like that. Maybe I can do like an update on my haul and on this video, letting you guys know after I've been using these things for a little while, like what my thoughts are on them. So if that is something, let me take these out of my hair. So if that is something that you guys would like to see, like a review update on all these Hard Candy products, let me know down in the comments. But first impression wise with using these, I'm most impressed with these Fox in a Box products. I do like these, and probably the highlights, even though I'm kind of on the fence about the colors, if I'm gonna like these colors on me. I did enjoy this one. The gold in this is really pretty, and I feel like a lot of people would love this one. So I definitely recommend these things. And if you like glosses, you will like this product. If you don't like a gloss, I don't think you will enjoy this because this is definitely more of like a gloss kind of product. But anyhow, I'm just gonna go ahead and end this because I feel like I'm probably gonna be repeating myself because I'm probably gonna say these same things in the haul. I hope that you guys did enjoy this with me trying some of these new hard candy products. If there is a new hard candy product that you have picked up recently that you have just been loving, please let me know down in the comments. I'll have to use these products a little more to get a really good idea of what I love and what I hate. The eyeshadow palettes I was just okay with. You definitely have to be careful with fallout and you definitely have to work with them. Thank you so much for watching. If you do enjoy my chatty get ready with me's, please give this video a thumbs up. And I hope that you guys have a great day and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye bye.